World. With us to analyze, Rachel Campos-Duffy, national spokesperson for the LIBRE Initiative. Melissa Francis, anchor on the Fox Business Network. You like this proposal?
I do. I think it makes a lot of sense. I mean, it's lowering taxes across the board on pretty much everyone. The thing about the people at the bottom not paying any tax is a gimmick because that's already the case.
Yeah, so they don't pay much now, right?
You know, get more back than they pay in. So that's a bit of a gimmick, but the rest of it makes sense. It would unleash the
But they would get even more, though, if you didn't have any income tax for $50,000 and down couple, and you're on food stamps and earned income tax credits and all this. All right, so you're going to get more from the government, then you'd be in better shape.
I guess net, yes.
Yeah, you would.
Slightly. Yeah.
So, all right, do you represent a lot of Hispanics in economic areas?
I do.
Is that good for the Hispanic community?
Well, I just think it's bad for the country when you have 50% of the country not paying any taxes, and it's bad because of spending.
But they don't have any money.
I know, but it's bad because of spending. Even if it's just a little bit, everyone has to have a little bit in the game.
But they do pay Social Security.
They do, but it's just like when you go. It's just like when you go to
local
a bar.
Payroll,
if you go
Social
to
Security, I mean, there is still taxes that you have to pay.
Of course there are, but if you go to a bar, you might order a beer. If your uncle's paying for the wedding and it's open bar, you're going to order top shelf. I think that we're not going to get the spending under control, which is our big problem, if we don't have everybody involved.
All this hidden money, you know, in Liechtenstein and in
Ireland. Yeah.
Ireland. All the banks and Switzerland and all this, where we're hoarding the money overseas.
Right.
GE has a hoard of money over there. He's going to say, look, 10%. Yeah. You bring it back, and then you bring it back to the USA and do whatever you want with it. Yeah. So do you believe most companies would do that?
I do. I think we're talking about $2 trillion. You know, he is a very smart man. This is his wheelhouse. He lives inside the corporate tax code. So if anybody understands how to incent companies to bring money back.
So you believe $2 trillion and come back, he gets 10% off the top, and then the rest of that money could be invested, right?
I think that there are a lot of companies that would rather have the money here at home if they were given the opportunity to bring it home for a reasonable rate, because they would like to open a factory here. It makes sense. You want to have your factory close to where you're delivering products. I mean, taxes are supposed to punish things that they want to disincent. That's the point of taxes.
I think that's the best part of his tax proposal, to get all the money hidden overseas back to the USA. They'll give you the 10% off the top. Now, what in God's name is the
carried interest? Is that what you're worried about? It's so minuscule. It's such a distraction. It's for a tiny, tiny group of people. Not even hedge fund guys. They don't get it, even though he's
Trump and his
private
three
equity.
friends, right?
No, I don't even think he gets it. It's basically that on some money you earn on investments, you pay taxes like cap gains instead of ordinary income. It's very small. But I remember you asked him on the show, would I be paying more under your plan? He said no. I think he thinks that by closing
he's cutting my rate to 25%.
Yeah.
And I don't have these big. How many loopholes?
You have
Swifty my account and doesn't come up with any loopholes.
No.
It's like you pay this.
I don't believe that.
I think it's his populist base that's not going to be happy with this. I think they wanted something bolder. Blow the whole.
Bold.
No,
it's very bold.
No, it's not that bold. Blow the whole thing up. Flat tax. Get rid of all special interests.
There is a lot of that.
And abolish the IRS. I think that's what his folks really.
25% is pretty aggressive.
That's what his base really wants.
Well, he's trying
that's what they want.
Trump has to expand his base if he wants to win. So he's trying to go for the populist vote.
And give him credit for this. His tax plan was covered in people.com.
People.com.
Who gets their tax plan covered on people.com?
Wow.
I mean, he gets how to speak to people, and I'll tell you what, he started on reality TV. I haven't started reality TV.
I don't think he started there, actually.
Well,
I think he
didn't start there, but he has. Here's what he learned from being on TV. Yeah. He learned how to be himself, and he's authentic. And maybe our other candidates will learn from that.
This tax plan, I think, helps him.
He could sell
because before this, it was, I'm going to have those Mexicans build a wall.
Yes,
you know, that kind of stuff. So now we get into policy, and that's what he has to do.
He did, but the New York Times called it just a higher energy Bush plan.
Yeah, because the New York Times likes Bernie Sanders, wants to take my house and Melissa's car, and that's what they want. I mean, okay. Ladies, thank you. Directly ahead, we'll update you on the very complicated Hillary Clinton email situation that threatens to derail her entire campaign. And Putin, meeting with President Obama at the UN. Did they take their shirts off? Factors coming right back.